Brad Williams, Excel Prime, the address function. What is it? We're just going to get the address of a particular cell. We have an index. We have some data. What we want is the first cell in a list. You'll define why you need this. But for now, my job is just to try to point out how to grab this particular cell. It would be B5. Here we go. On our right is our write-up. Here's our anatomy. There's two examples. Notice the gray indicates example 1, example 2. Here we have address 5, min, column, miscellaneous 407. Name range, going to be this entire list. Let's read. The address function can be used together with the row, column, and min functions. Here is what we're dealing with. Here's the actual configuration in place. Given a row and column number, the address function generates a reference. That's what's key here. We're generating a reference similar to indirect. Address does the same thing. In this example, we want to find the first row and column used by the name range mis 407. To get the first row, we use the row function together with the min function as follows. Here, find first cell in list. We're looking for B5. Min, row, mis. Since mis 407 contains multiple rows, row produces a list of row numbers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Row. Remember, row. Here we have address, min row, mis, min column. What happened was I was fooling around and I hit F9. I left it like that. And then I moved on to something else. If you do this, and I've explained this time and time again, always hit escape. Otherwise, you're going to be lost and going, what does that 5 represent? That's what the 5 represents. Here, mis row represents the minimum. So here, if we just look at this, we look here, row number, F9, and well, that's not what we want. We want to see number, F9, and you see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, row 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Row, not rows, row. There's a difference. I pointed that out before. And we're going to do the exact same thing with columns. And it's going to go 1, 2, 3. Number, right, number, F9, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 2, 3, 4. Column B, column C, column D. Columns go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 2, 3, 4. Once we have this information, what happens? We have our min row and our min column. What happens then? It returns 5 and 2. Both results are passed to the address function, which creates a reference to the cell located at row 5, column 2. A reference to 2, 5. Well, column 2, row 5. Bingo. There you go. Go to address. Just highlight this, and it's going to go B5. If you need to see the internals, we can just do this. We can go row. We can do row number, F9, 5, column number, row 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not dealing with relative rows. We're dealing with actual rows. And column. This just says column right here too. That's address. Can we use a different format? Well, yeah. We're going to use the cell format. And here, the cell format, although not immediately apparent, the index function returns a reference. How do we know? We have cell, and what does cell want? It wants info type and a reference. Our info type is, well, it's the address. Go up here. Well, we used address before, right? All we're doing is throwing in a little adversity here. So address, going to do the exact same thing in terms of identifying the first cell. By using this reference, well, the reference is, it is, go to index, we have an array. What's the array? It's this entire highlighted list. What does index want? It needs a row number and a column number. What's the final outcome? We look at index, we're going to look at reference, it's going to go B5. And address is just going to go All right, address. Cell is just going to give us that answer. This one is a little easier to follow. This, because we have this cell function, returns the information about a cell. That's all it's doing. It's saying address B5. That's it. Whatever works for you. We're going to have almost a duplicate of this next, and it will be the last cell in a list. And it will be a quick tutorial because all we're doing is changing. We're going to change min to max and min to max. And then here, we're probably just going to change this to details to follow. Brad Williams, XL Prime.